Hello guys, you're welcome to Ajane. You're welcome to Ajane. Tell me say you don't like the song. So I've had people like say that when I'm playing the song, they used to dance to it. So is that I don't have drum, I would have played drum to it. So you're welcome to Ajane. You're welcome to Ajane. NSAS.
Me, I don't like it
join together.
But because people are saying they like it, I'm beginning to.
Hi guys, you're welcome to our channel today. We have been away for some time because we were ending Sars.
Yeah. And
so we are back here today. I want to talk about different categories of people on this end Sars thing. Like
that we have seen and we have noticed.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's 8 days now, been 9 days. Roughly 9 days now.
Yeah.
So
we have categories of people to talk about. So like we're just trying to ease the stress of SARS. We're talking about something different about it. I don't want to come and talk about how SARS killed Guinea corn. There's no need for all that. We have had all of those stories online. So today I want to just talk about the categories of people in the end SARS movement. Number one, the people who do not say anything. The Banshaw people.
So I don't really understand. I don't understand that category because you cannot be on the fence. It's not possible.
So they are mature.
So I think even in that category of people that are not saying anything, there are different categories too. Those that support but scared to say anything. Then those that don't support but scared to say anything also because of backlash. Because if you have seen the trend, you cannot talk anyhow. They will describe your father's house for you.
True.
So I think,
and they are saying something inside their hearts, but they're not saying it out.
Yeah. So, and I think in that same category too, there are those that are waiting for their pastor to say, okay, mention something about it.
And that's people that are waiting for people that they respect.
They're still in that same category too.
Yes. People I'm not even putting that category, but let me add it to this category. People that they wait till their pastor says something.
Yeah, they have no opinion.
They have no opinion about it. It's not that you go out there and be shouting and making noise. But you should be able to have an opinion, so that even when your pastor is saying something, you should be able to put, let me put this line in line with my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Because that's how you grow. If you have an opinion and your pastor is saying something or somebody you respect is saying something, you bring it line in total life. So how do I create value for myself, values that I live by? If you don't have that thinking for yourself, then you won't be able to progress. You won't be able to grow. You'll be able to think for yourself. So I don't know.
Because see, no matter how much we honor pastors and our leaders, you have to have an opinion.
True.
It's okay to disagree with those people. It's not a form of dishonor. You just must have an opinion. A pastor can say, NSAS is bad. God knows I'm not going to agree with him. I mean, of course I'm not going to make him comfort the answer. You're wrong. I just know in my heart of heart that that one when they talk, now you don't need to talk. You know, concern me.
True.
So that's part of those people in that.
Their first category. Second category. Why am I spending like this? I need to leave this country. I need my skin.
I say amen.
Does not cooperate with this body. All right.
I say amen.
People who people who do not protest until people start talking about prayer work.
Now those people plenty pass. In fact, they are the larger percentage of people we are going to talk about today. No, second to the largest percentage.
Those guys are funny. I'm not saying prayer is important, but protest is also important. You must, if you listen to Pastor Poju's idea about this protest, the way he said it, like he told Moses to take the rod and raise it up over the sea that they were supposed to pass. At some point too, he said, move to the sea. Move there. So there's a place of protest. But some people like somebody was explaining yesterday that people were protesting and some other people were praying prayer work and they said they should come together at the point they're supposed to come together. Like no, we are not part of them. They just changed them.
So that's hypocrisy. For me, that's hypocrisy. That's the truth. I will go to the protest ground 1,000,000 times before even trying to attend the prayer walk. Although initially my plan was to go for the prayer walk, but I sat back and I'm like, okay, wait, what's this? And I looked at the people that are now making us about prayer walk. There are the people that will not go out to protest, but because they cannot stomach the idea of not going out.
My idea of prayer work
So
is
I'm
that
not saying it's wrong.
my idea of prayer work is that people pray, move and pray. There are some people playing yesterday, playing, gisting. I was like, this is what they do here for heaven's sake. So what's the difference between you people and this thing?
What's the difference?
What's the difference? So if you feel that there's a place of prayer, because every move must be backed up with spiritual powers.
Yes.
Every move must be backed with spiritual powers, but don't criticize people who are protesting.
Yes.
Don't feel better than them. Like what?
And prayer work does not replace. So, like I said,
It does not.
Prayer work is not wrong. Go, please don't quote me wrong. It's not wrong.
It does not replace
works,
protest.
But it does not replace protest.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go to a prayer work, I am going to join the protest too.
Yeah.
You cannot say, hey, come on, join protest. And you're saying, no, I'm doing prayer work. And so what?
True.
See, the prayer work you are doing is as good as me. I'm praying at night. It's the same thing. It does not replace going out.
It may not really be the same thing actually, because when you are working.
Context. What I'm saying is, as much as the prayer I'm praying in my house does not replace protesting physically, so also prayer work does not replace protesting physically.
Because when you are working, there's this thing about walking over a land.
Okay,
walking,
there's dominion.
There's this thing about walking. It's also a spiritual principle. Like the people of Israel, when they walked around Jericho, all of those things. So there's a place for it. But do not think you're better than those people walking. And it's very absurd and very irresponsible to say I don't protest but I do prayer work. Like you are levels.
Really?
Levels, please.
Really?
Let's not make light of the Jesus that we profess.
You know everything spiritual has a physical manifestation.
True.
So if you go to a land and you walk around and you declare, it's very significant. So I understand that aspect. But like I said, it does not replace physical protest.
Yeah, it
doesn't. You're not doing anything special. I mean, different from those. I mean.
Yeah,
okay.
The next category, people that are chasing clouds.
Yes, people are chasing clouds. It's disappointing.
It's disappointing.
And embarrassing.
The only thing about it is that, like Paul said, if you are doing it for yourself or you are doing it for everything, you are preaching. When you talk about people that are just preaching because they want to have a name and doing it for themselves, you are preaching. That's my own. Some people go to the protest ground some people go because of food. Someone
go to photo ops.
Someone just go and take picture. They take picture and they go to their house.
Photo ops.
Some photographers even went with lights, gadgets, and everything.
But now I'll bust my head, child.
With gadgets and lights so that you can do photo shoot.
Photographer, I won't comment.
Some even went with red carpet, photo booths. You understand? All of this. These are serious issues.
People have died.
People have died. As if you heard stories of people that have lost their life, you should. This is not a fight for frivolities. You see some people going to protest ground, smoking. So there's one guy that said was grabbing somebody's bum.
Yeah, I even saw that they beat one guy up and I was really happy. They beat him up. He was touching one girl's bum. They beat, serious beating.
As in, why?
I was really happy. I'm not inciting violence. I don't like violence, but there are sometimes that some people.
At least they not wound him. So simple.
They beat him very well and they let him go. No blood, no injury. It was really spanked.
Kilo day.
It's wrong.
Like how can you go and be doing that kind of thing? Some people go there to steal. Some people go there. That's a different thing that people go there. Some people go for the food. I don't blame them. It's not.
The food is
there's poverty in the land.
Yeah, there's poverty in the land. So there are narratives around that I will not touch. Around that food something. I'm not going to touch because it's controversial. And there's a good part and there is the unfortunate part of it.
One boy wrote on Twitter that please anybody that's bringing food for the protest should fry his meat because there's not a boiled meat.
I know, people are really catching crews on this.
Oh my goodness. So instead of people there, like you just go there for like you leave your house, dress up, be under the sun for things that are unnecessary. It doesn't make sense. Please let's repent. Next one. People who think that the whole Nigeria is corrupt. So why are you saying end SARS? They'll tell you that well the whole country is corrupt. The bank everywhere. So what are you?
What's the reason?
Why? If you end SARS, things are bad. Corruption is up. Okay.
So I think that's myopia. It's serious myopia. That's
serious English.
Short-sightedness. The person they see far.
I actually feel that I think that line of thought is actually very It's unfortunate. Because if you are trying to change its situation of a country, you start from somewhere. Jeez.
And then it's embarrassing that people like that think that NSAS is just about police. NSAS is now a nomenclature for everything that is wrong with the Nigerian system.
Even if it's just for police, like we have issues with light, water, good roads, and all that. People are like, okay, yes, we have been able to solve it for ourselves. In our house now, we have solar, we provide light for ourselves. We get pumping machine, we pump water by ourselves. We do all of those things by ourselves.
But police, we cannot do
it. We
can't.
Some people say it's people that are alive. I want to leave.
Let me stay alive first.
Let me just stay alive.
Talk about the other issues.
We'll talk about the other issues. So people are talking about you don't have dignity for human life. Yeah. Dignity. You don't respect people. Even if I'm a Yahoo boy, when you see me on the road, you treat me with respect. They take me to police, to a police station, or take me to court, prosecute me. You don't beat me. You don't kill me. You don't collect money from me because you perceive that I am a criminal.
Passive, not even proven.
Yeah.
So another aspect of that is that see, the truth is as a people we have problems. Mm-hmm. Even those developed countries, people are terrible, but there is a system that checkmates individual recklessness.
That seems to vex me, though. Do you think that in their abroad that if they remove traffic lights and there's there's no roof, there's no payment for breaking rules, these people, you think people will be acting like robots?
Humans will be humans.
Humans
so
are bad.
That narrative of Nigerians are terrible.
There's no structure. There's no structure. That's why you have people doing what they like. So we are fighting to put structure.
That's all I mean.
No, put structure. And that's why the people that think, these people are the older generation that think that we are fighting for Yahoo boys. You know when they see people on the streets, NSAS, you see them.
I won't lie to you, and that's the most disgusting thing. That's the most disgusting.
It's out of ignorance actually.
And it's ignorance.
An average person on the road will say, madam, they are fighting for Yahoo.
But I'll tell you that it's deliberate ignorance. There is ignorance, and there's deliberate ignorance that the information is out there, but you choose not to see it.
Those older. No, why you say that is because this older generation, they don't have access to Twitter. They don't have access to hear the stories of what people like. Even me, it was during this NSAS thing I saw. I didn't know that these people kill people. I never knew. I know they extort, they harass you, but that killing I never knew. Okay. So many of them don't have access to these stories.
My point is that they don't have to have access to Twitter. I have an uncle that knows all my ordeals with SARS. In fact, has told me about killings, and in fact, he has always been the person that talks about why did they just kill people like that? People in prison for 2 years, 5 years without prosecution and stuff. And now this case came on board and he's telling that we are fighting for Yahoo boys. Those are the kind of people I'm talking about.
Those one. What do we not say about their case now?
It's lack of sense.
Me, I'm not there.
So come and carry me in my house.
I'm not there.
It is lack of sense. See, it doesn't make sense that you are a young person, like not old, middle-aged, and you are behaving as if your brain is frozen. You know all these things. You are saying that. So, fact is that fraudsters will see this as an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Yes, but people should not forget that what is really being fought for right now is reform of the police, which means that extrajudicial killings will be stopped, and there will be proper prosecution of fraud.
Yeah.
So I mean, fraudsters should enjoy now.
Because really, fraudsters are not even. They are not. Fraudsters are usually friends of these guys. Actually, they pay them off because if they eventually get your phone, I just said they was like, no be your mate, they do ya. Why you don't feed you?
They've told me before. Now it's not even. They told me. So they detained me. I mean, they delayed me by the roadside, and fraudsters passive. I can't say they are fraudsters.
But you know from the interaction, like, hey, Ogami.
They were driving past and they were hailing this police officer. And the police officer told me that, you see that boy, na Yahoo boy, you in the paying dues. And me, that I am not a Yahoo boy, was being detained. And I told me that, see, don't be your mate, they do and so. Ogbeni, come and pay your dues. That's what happened.
Imagine
so,
that.
and even by law, say, the SARS unit of the police does not even have there's another agency that deals with such internet fraud. EFCC. So that narrative is wrong and is warped. I think we should we should desist from it.
I think
it disgusts me.
I think it's because of the way when youth come out, the other generation see youth, when they see gathering of youth, they just feel this is an irresponsible gathering. Then mask with people who now dress funny, like dreadlocks, and because everybody came out and my dread is not.
I think this is generational, like difference, cultural difference.
I used to say that the difference between like every generation comes, a generation comes gradually, changes and become one generation. But for our generation, there's this clear-cut difference between ours and their generation.
Very sharp.
It's too sharp. It's too sharp.
The graph will be like this.
It's too sharp. So sometimes I pity them that it's so difficult. Particularly with the social media whole thing, it's so difficult to be able to understand what these people are saying. Like, I there's not how I'm able to explain to my parents and that. The person that is having dread with tattoo, holding answers. It's not a Yahoo boy. There's no. They are part of them now.
No, we are going too far. It's difficult to tell them, make them understand that someone with dreadlocks will pray and speak in tongues, and God will move.
All those things.
That one is perfect. This one is even still more difficult.
So
you can't hold Bible and have dreadlocks and you're like, but in their hearts you are not a Christian. You don't even know Jesus.
So these are the problems we have.
That's one.
So that is the last one I want to say. The last set of people are the people who use it as an insult to. This is as an opportunity to insult the older generation. Yes, all of you off the mic, as you people are off the mic generation, we are Sorosoki generation, and all of those things I know we can be very annoyed with the older generation, but those guys have tried.
Actually, they are victims too.
They're victims, and it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of eye-opening to be able to fight your oppressors. And I think that we getting to this point where we can fight our oppressors is not just because we are young, energetic, we have big mouth. I think it's from prayers I have streamed for years. Like someone was saying that if we don't use this opportunity that we have now, it may take another circle of years to get to this point again. So it takes prayer, just like the people of Israel too now. It took a while. So God said, I have heard the cry of my people. It took a while. It's usually a circle kind of thing. So you don't just think that it's because we are smart, we have Twitter, that's why we are here. It's all collection from our parents. And somebody was also saying these people have been victims of the system. They are victims of the system. They have seen war, they have seen the civil war, they have seen what war can do. So these people have protested it. Some of them fought for our independence and all of that. So they know what it can do. And some of them are actually tired. Some of them are actually tired. They don't know what to do. So we don't just blame them, and we will still need them. No matter how much, we will still need them.
We draw a lot of strength and wisdom from them.
Yeah.
In fact, the figures characterizing this protest are actually from that generation. Few of them, very few of them.
Figures how?
Like the Aisha Yusufu.
Oh yes.
It's not our generation.
And the fact that many of us still look out, we are shouting. Why is our pastor not talking? Why is our pastor not talking? If you are independent, why do you want to hear Baba Adeboye?
Why are you waiting for Baba Adeboye?
Why are you waiting for Baba Oyedepo? Why are you waiting for Pastor Kogi?
When they spoke,
why are you waiting? Well, though they insulted them, but people were like, okay, I'm relieved. Imagine the video of Baba Adeboye walking on the street. People were like, wow. You understand? Imagine the video of I saw a video of Mama Adeboye. No, she released some food, snacks yesterday. Yeah. But before she released it, she was praying that anybody that eats the snacks will not die, will fulfill the purpose and all of those things. Very emotional video. So those things like encourages our heart that it's not only us that we are doing this thing. Yeah. So even you know that in the heart of heart that when something happens and an older person endures it, you know that probably I'm on the way. Understand? So we can't separate ourselves from them. No matter how much you're angry that they have not spoken. Of course, we know that some of them are cowards, they have not spoken. Yeah. But we cannot just generalize. We can't generalize. These guys have tried, and they don't have the platforms that we have. Social media is a serious platform that these guys didn't have. It's serious. We are able to gather ourselves online.
You know, that's a big deal. We have said it on this platform before that the social media is the real world. This is the fake. This Sars movement is a practical example of that statement. True. Everything started on Twitter. Everything is being planned on Twitter. In fact, there's nothing that is happening now on the entire stage that is not.
People donate on Twitter.
Yeah.
Donate millions of naira on Twitter.
You know, it was on Twitter that they decided that they will stream the match live, APL match weekend live on.
Did they eventually stream it?
So they discussed on Twitter, they agreed on Twitter, and it's on Twitter also that they disagreed and closed
it. That does not make sense.
There's no WhatsApp group that
no WhatsApp group. True.
It's decentralized. So this is it. So our position on it, my position on it, and from this video, is that this movement is beyond anybody, and it's bigger than everybody. It is a movement by the youths of Nigeria. So I think it is best for everybody to pick a side for posterity's sake.
My only fear in all of these things is that are we going to be able to give birth? There are birth pangs. Are we going to be able to give birth? Are we going to be able to? What's the future? Because I feel so much distraction now. Now some places where some people were breathing as whether it's true or not. The people are this and that. There's a curfew. Everywhere people are not angry because they are blocking. You know, there's so much, and I'm scared that God, I'm just praying. What's going on? Because it doesn't look like
it's looking bleak.
Yeah, some people are already laughing. The other side of people are like, we said it. They don't have a plan. They're supposed to have a leader and all of that. They're supposed to negotiate. In my own opinion, I really don't know what you're negotiating because I've already said this is what we want. Do it. I don't know what you want to negotiate.
When I hear negotiation, I hear the sound of tiredness. This is tired. Let's go and sleep. There's nothing like negotiation. We said we want this. I said no. There was there to negotiate.
Negotiate. So
it's not. Yeah, it's like I said that we should settle for less.
I'm really scared. I just hope this does not. We don't waste our time and all of these things for it, because number one, before we get to this point again to take that, number two, if we don't pull through, oh Lord, they're gonna deal with us.
So this is why
they're gonna deal with us.
This is why I think prayer works are really great. I won't lie to you. Then, but we also need personal intercession. Not that God bless Nigeria. No. Let this thing be a child. Let it be a fruit.
We are in labor, want to born.
Yeah. So
that is the pastor prayer.
Give an analogy. People make this mistake. A friend told me that her uncle said something about our warfare is not carnal, it's spiritual, whatever. Pastor, but to give an analogy, when Moses said that they should look up, that did you they say to you they will see no more, that they should stand still. It was Moses that said that. Then God now said afterwards that you should act. So we will understand at that place what God does not God that said that you should stand still. It was Moses that said that. Now, but God said move. It shows that there's a place for praying and trusting God, and there's a place for acting. You are praying that God let me pass, but you are not reading. That means you are expecting God to multiply 0 to give 100. Doesn't make sense. That's
the typical idea of a Christian, of an average Nigerian Christian. Say
you pray and
God
multiply.
You say
that is in English. It means that
small
work.
I'll do small tiny work.
Little labor, big reward. That is fraud. It is fraud. You are not different from a Yahoo boy.
True.
Why should you make the money you have not worked for? That's fraud. So please, it doesn't make sense to say we are praying and you are sleeping at home. You have to work. You are either doing something online, encouraging people online, donating your money, or being there physically, because I can't say everybody must go out. So I think that's that.
Thank you guys for watching. We said we're going to release a video on how to. Today is our trad anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, we got married traditionally, which is the most
important one. Codedly.
After court.
After court. After court is the most important.
So, we say we're going to release a video on how to cut costs.
We'll still drop it, Sha.
Next week. That's why it will be insensitive to just drop that now. So we'll drop it next week. Sorry, I'm holding space in my mouth.
So guys, see you next time. Like, share, comment on this video.
Bye.
Bye.